Hello and welcome back, YouTube. So it's 2:14 p.m. September 1st, 2023. It's a new month, it's a new day, and there was a big monsoon storm last night, so it's a lot cooler than it has been outside. But my recycling bin, which usually sits by my door, is in the lawn. My scooter parking thing, which usually sits there by that faucet, is knocked down. Yeah, I should really stand that stuff up right now, but nah, I'll get it later. My bins looks pretty much unaffected. Wow. Some creative direct marketing. Looks like somebody put something in here trying to get instant cash for my junked car. You know, that's actually some pretty good target marketing. I might actually look at what they have to offer, because how many junk cars do I have that I'm sitting on right now? The plan was to take the bins, park it there, take it apart, and start selling it bit by bit on eBay. And yeah, I had 2 eBay orders last month, and I never shipped either of them. So both people got refunded. I feel really bad about that. I just simply have hit this point where I don't have time to deal with it. Now that's amusing. I don't know where the wading pool came from. Apparently it just blew here from somewhere during the monsoon storm. Oh. So starting today with some really good news, and I'll explain that once I get into my car. And I'm back, all situated in the car. By the way, shooting on Obama phone 7, or I'm shooting on my Apple iPhone 7 Plus. I've been using that one quite a bit now that I've got it fixed again. The new camera has been great. I'm very happy with its performance. So it's 2:19 p.m. now. I was trying to get out the door a little sooner than this, but I was sort of finishing up some stuff at home. So I almost fell victim to my forgetfulness. And oh wow, looks like we got a tree down in the park. You know, speaking of monsoon storms and trees down in the park, this corner by my alley where I just came out, when I moved here, that area was thick with trees. I would say there was more than twice as, oh, I just cut somebody off, fuck. There was more than twice as many trees. There was more than twice as many trees as there is there now. Well, City of Phoenix has been working on it. There's branches over there, but they look like they've been cut. Looks like the Parks Department has been busy at work already cleaning up after the monsoon mess today. So that's really nice. So anyways, I was saying, yeah, there was a lot more trees in that corner of the park. And maybe the second year I lived over here, there was some really bad monsoon storms that wiped through here and just took out a lot of the trees in that park, particularly in that corner there at 46th and Oak, and also quite a few around the pool that used to shade the pool area. The one that personally affected me the most, and keep in mind Lily at the time was about 5 or 6 years old, is there was just a giant mature tree that overhung about half of the like kiddie wading pool beside the public pool over there, and it kept about half of that area nice and shady, and the wading pool a really pleasant place to kick back if you're there with your little kids. And oh, this is not the entrance I want. Whoops. I need to focus. I'm kind of been at home for so long, it's like back in the outside world and my brain's not dealing with it all very well. As I was saying, that tree covered half the child's wading pool with shade, and it got blown down during one of those monsoon storms, and afterwards and ever since there's really been no shade over there, and it made that wading pool just a whole lot less pleasant. In fact, I think we kind of stopped using it after that, because without the shade in the afternoon when the pool was open, the sun would be blinding over the whole thing, and the sun on that shallow water just made it uncomfortably hot. Holy crap, the bank is busy. I don't think I've ever been into it. Oh, of course the bank is busy. It's the first of the month. So my plan was to go in and withdraw enough cash to pay my rent on my storage and also on my apartment and try to get that handled. But yeah, I might not want to deal with the line inside this bank. To get enough for both of those things, I think, is beyond what my limit is at an ATM. But I can certainly handle my storage rent, and I'm sure Lon isn't going to even be remotely worried about me paying my rent until Monday. So I think I'm just going to go take a peek, see what it's like inside the bank. Just judging from the parking lot, I expect it's going to be pretty crazy in there. And I'll be back shortly to explain what I did. And also explain the good news that I have, since I got distracted by storm damage and whatnot in the park and didn't get around to mentioning it. Hello and welcome back, YouTube. So as I expected, the inside of that bank was an absolute crazy shit show. It is so crowded in there. There's so many people waiting in the chairs, trying to get in to see a banker. And there's a guy that keeps coming out to help people, who lets them know that, oh, if you'd like to see an actual banker, you need to go online and make an appointment. And he's kind enough to help them with that. But there were some people pretty shocked to see that the soonest they can get an appointment is on Tuesday. I totally forgot this is a holiday weekend. So, yeah. I'm not fond of holiday weekends. I know I'm in the extreme minority on that, but I'm a person who really appreciates just normal routine, and anything that deviates from normal routine kind of messes me up, including but not limited to holiday weekends. So that explains, with being the first of the month going into a holiday weekend, that definitely explains why the bank is so crazy. So I'm not worried about my rent in the slightest. I mean, A, I've got enough money to cover it. That's the most important thing. And B, as I've said before, the property manager for my landlord is a really cool guy. He's totally chill, and I'm sure he knows that with me, when I'm late, most of the time it's just a matter of, now granted, this last couple months have been scary, and I don't think he knows how scary it's been for me as to whether or not I was going to have the money to cover it. But he knows for the most part. With me, it's just an issue of, I'm a busy person, I work a lot, and just sometimes trying to get cash together and get a money order and get it to him is not the easiest accomplishment. So what I spent most of my time in the bank doing, actually, was fighting with my 2 iPhones. By the way, still shooting on the 7 Plus. Lately, that's kind of replaced Obama Phone 3 as my designated camcorder. And that's mostly just because Obama Phone 3 is just completely out of space. I haven't had time to get a new micro SD card for it. And thanks to the iCloud, there's lots of space in space. So what happened today in the bank is the first I've really noticed this, and it's a little alarming and sad, and something I've seen coming for a long time. In fact, I'll be honest, I'm surprised it hasn't happened sooner, and that's that the Gmail app is struggling to function on my 2 iPhones. Now, both of which they're still getting updates, like security patch updates and stuff, but I know at some point iOS moved on beyond where my 7 Plus and my 6S Plus are stopped. If it's my understanding, it's everything that's an 8 or low. Well, I think it's everything from the 6S to the 8. Anything below a 6S has been kind of dead in the water for a while. But yeah, everything I think between the 6S and the 8. And I'm not an Apple guy, so don't take this as a definitive source for information. You know, do your homework. We're trying to find out about this stuff. But yeah, it's my understanding that generation of iPhones, which both of mine are, are no longer getting the most recent versions of iOS, and when that happens, it's just a matter of time before popular apps stop functioning in the operating system environment that's on my phone. Oh my God. Wow. I, generally speaking, never do this shit in the daytime on the first of the month, and now I'm reminded why. Yeah, you know what? I just need to call Bev and see how this holiday weekend's going to affect me paying my rent on time. So I wasn't able to reach Bev. According to the recording that answered, there is a lunch time where it's not open. Their office hours are kind of weird, but there's a period in the morning and a period in the afternoon. That period in the afternoon was supposed to start, according to the recording, at 2 o'clock, and it's 2:50, so she's still not answering. I got the answer I needed from the recording, though. They are open. She does have office hours on Saturday, so I'm just going to handle that tomorrow. I've got the cash to handle it. I just need to get a money order, and damned if I'm going to spend that much time at PLS trying to get a money order when I still have things I need to handle before I go to work. And yes, by the way, I am going to work, and by going to work I mean going to MLS. Oh shit, Schlotsky's is out of business. I just looked to the right, and they got chain link fence all around the Schlotsky's building, and yeah, they're done. Ow, damn. Not that I've ate there in ages, but I liked going there. Every now and then I'd get some Schlotsky's coupons and I'd be craving it. Yeah, now they're gone. That sucks. Another casualty of the economy just turning to shit. So, man, I hate being out handling stuff when it's this chaotically busy. But I absolutely need to get some better clothes for work. I'm not currently dressed for work. So I was kind of wanting to break into like what happened with MLS. So I guess I failed at that. Yeah, so I do still have my job. I'll give more details about how that went down and why it is I'm going to work on a Friday once I get back from Ross.